In this video, we will get an introduction to variables as we use variables to solve word problems. What is a variable? A variable, if you remember from Unit 2, is a letter or a symbol that represents the unknown number. For example, x plus 8 equals 16. In Unit 2, we called this an open number sentence because there was an open spot that we did not know what the value was of that spot. So the x is the variable. X plus 8 equals 16. We have to figure out what number value we could put in place of x. X equals 8 in this circumstance. A variable can also be a symbol. 6 times smiley face equals 54. Smiley face is the variable. We know that 6 times 9 equals 54, so the smiley face is going to be equivalent to 9. Sometimes we solve for the variable or try to find the number value of the variable. So in these circumstances up here, we're solving for x, or we're solving for the variable. We're trying to figure out what those things are to make the equation true. Today, we are going to be given the variables, so we're going to be told what x is, and then we're going to use that to solve a word problem. Let's try one. So our goal today is, when given the value of the variable x, we will solve the given word problem. So in this first problem, we have a dice here, and what we're going to do is we're going to roll that dice, and then it's going to tell us what x equals. So once we know what x equals, then we're going to take that value on the dice, and we're going to replace these x's up here with that value. So I'm going to show you an example. If I roll this dice or click it and roll it, it says that x equals 4. So I'm just going to write that up here, x equals 4. So now I'm going to take that value 4 and I'm just going to replace all the x's I see with 4. So this is now going to look like 2 times 4, or 4 plus 50 question mark. So the question is now, which is larger? 2 times 4 or 4 plus 50. So now let's solve these. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 plus 50 is 54. So the question now is, which is larger, 8 or 54? Well, we know that 54 is larger, so the answer to the question is, which is larger? We're going to say x plus 50. Let's try another one. All right, so first let's roll the dice so that we know what x is. This time, again, x is going to equal 4. So the temperature was 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It dropped x degrees. What was the new temperature? So again, anytime we see x, we're going to replace it with the value 4. So I'm going to just kind of cross x out and put a 4 there, and let's reread this. The temperature was 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It dropped 4 degrees. What was the new temperature? If it's telling us it dropped 4 degrees, we know it's going down 4 degrees. So 25 minus 4 would be 21 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's the new answer to our question. What was the new temperature? 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
Brr, that's cold.
Okay, hopefully we get a different number when we roll this time. Awesome, x equals 1. So we're going to put that up here. And our question is x a prime or composite number? Is x divisible by 2? All right, so we're going to replace x. Every time we see x, we're going to replace that with a 1, because that's the value that was given to us for x. So the question now is 1 a prime or composite number? Is 1 divisible by 2? All right, thinking all the way back to Unit 1, what's a prime number? A prime number is a number that only has 2 factors, and a composite number is a number that has more than 2 factors. So is 1 a prime or composite number? If you can remember all the way back to Unit 1, number 1 was kind of a unique case. It was neither prime nor composite, because 1 only has 1 factor, itself. And to be prime, it has to have 2 factors. And to be composite, it has to have more than 2. So the answer to is 1 a prime or composite number would be neither. Second question, is 1 divisible by 2? And when we're asking is 1 divisible by 2, we're saying does 2 go evenly into 1? And the answer to that question is no. Here is our last example. The question is name all the whole number factors of x. Well, I figured if we just rolled 1 dice, it wouldn't be too hard to think of all the whole number factors of 4. So we're going to roll 2 dice and multiply those numbers and then find the factors. So our first roll, we got a 4. We're going to multiply that by 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. So now the question is name all the whole number factors of x. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. So x is going to equal 12. So again, anywhere we see an x, we're going to replace it with 12. So we're going to get rid of that x, put a 12. Name all the whole number factors of 12. So we can do a factor rainbow down here. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. And 3 times 4 is 12. And when we get up to 4 times whatever, we're already back on the other side of the rainbow. So all the whole number factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. 12 has 6 factors. The next 4 problems we're going to go through are part of your homework tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the dice so that you know what x is. And then please solve the problem over to the right. Write your answer down on your scratch piece of paper. And then record the answer on your online homework. So your online homework is going to look like question 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's just going to have you type in an answer. And those answers are going to match these questions here. So this is going to be question 1. And I'll go ahead and roll the dice for you so that you know what the value of x is. Okay, so x equals 5 in this problem. So for homework, for question number 1, you're going to answer, Will had a quarter plus x cents. How much money did he have in all? So pause the video right here and look at the problem. Solve it on your scratch piece of paper and enter the answer online. And when you're ready to move on to problem 2, just play the video. This is going to be question number 2. The word problem is Sargon spent X cents on apples. If she paid with a $5 bill, how much change should she get? I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice so that you know what the value of x is. Okay, x equals 6. So go ahead and pause the video, solve this on your paper, record your answer online, and when you're ready to move on to problem 3, press play. Okay, we're on to question number 3. The problem is there are X rows of seats. There are 9 seats in each row. How many seats are there in all? I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice so we know what the value of X is. Looks like X equals 6 again. So go ahead and solve this problem on your scratch piece of paper. Pause the video. When you're done solving and you have entered your answer online, you can press play again to move on to question number 4. Okay, question number 4, going back to Unit 3, some geometry here. I'm going to roll the dice, give you the value of X, and your goal is to find the question mark, the missing angle. So let's roll the dice. X equals 6 again. So if X equals 6, your goal is to find that question mark there. Good luck. Go ahead and pause the video here. Solve this on your scratch paper. Enter your answer online. And that will be the end of this video, and hopefully your homework for tonight is done. Please make sure you check all your work before you submit your answers online, and we will see you in class.